January the 30th, 2017. Guys, something happened today that I hope would happen, and many of you did, the majority of the nation did, and really the majority of the free world did. But I want to go back and let's start from the beginning. And back on January the 13th, remember this date, and this was an Executive Order 13762. Now, our president was not into January the 20th, so this was Barack Obama. If you look at the top, I'm on the website of the Office of the Federal Register. Now, the executive order is providing an order of succession within the Department of Justice. This has everything to do with what happened today. And again, if you're sick of winning, will be ad nauseum. But by the authority vested in me as president by the Constitution, blah, blah, blah. I cannot read that, guys. It's such a lie, such hypocrisy. But Section 1, Order of Succession, subject to the provisions of Section 2 of this order, the following officers in the order listed shall act as and perform the functions and duties of the office of the Attorney General. Bang, here's the point of the video. This happened today. We know Loretta Lynch is out, but Obama was laying a minefield for some of the things that are happening. Now, who is replacing Loretta Lynch? One of my favorite senators from Alabama, Jeff Sessions. But they're holding him up on the Democratic side of the approval process, and I think the Republicans have just about had enough, and they're going to go ahead and push him through. But why did this order occur on the 13th? Listen and think about it. Again, minefields were laid for the last 2 or 3 months since the election was over in November. And when I say minefields is executive orders back to back to try to delay any processes. Again, back to the Section 1. Subject to the provisions of Section 2 of this order, the following officers. The officers in this case are Obama appointees. In the order listed shall act and perform the functions and duties of the office of the Attorney General during any period. Listen, because many of us wondered what this meant at that time. Were they talking about after Trump took office and would there be people killed? Remember all the videos? It says during any period in which the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, the Associate Attorney General, and any officers designated by the Attorney General, pursuant to 28 U.S.C. 508, to act as Attorney General if they died, resigned, or otherwise became unable to perform the functions and duty of the office of Attorney General. Now, what just happened? Loretta Lynch is out, so she's unable to perform the functions and duties of the office of the Attorney General. We're dealing with lawyers here. Until such time as at least one of the officers mentioned above is able to perform the functions and duties at that office. So today we saw the Deputy Attorney General appointed by Obama come in and tell the Department of Justice and others to not listen to Donald Trump on this immigration ban and this 90-day and 120-day waiting list and try to get our house in order. Let's look at that. And guys, this morning in the headlines, it caught my attention, and I said, this is not going to last very long if what we've been seeing for the last week from our new president is going to continue. And it says, Acting Attorney General Sally Yates, that was the replacement in this succession order pre-planned by the Obama administration as one of the landmines. Again, they knew they would delay Jeff Sessions, so this lady would take over. But she says she has ordered the Justice Department lawyers basically not to follow President Trump's immigration order temporarily banning entry into the U.S., declaring in a memo Monday she is not convinced the order is lawful. Well, there's a new sheriff in town, Miss Sally. Yates wrote, as the leader of the Justice Department, again pre-planned, She must ensure the department's position is both legally defensible. No, you don't. You follow the president's order, and consistent with this institution's solemn obligation to always seek justice and stand for what is right, to stand for letting all the mass migration come into the U.S. and destroy it like it did Europe. Order out of chaos, is that what they want? And this demo-terrorist, my new name for the Democrats, continues. She says, at present, I'm not convinced that the defense of the executive order is consistent with the responsibilities, nor am I convinced that the executive order is lawful. She wrote that for as long as I'm the acting attorney general, again put in place on the 13th, the Department of Justice will not present arguments in defense of the executive order unless and until I become convinced that it is appropriate to do so. No, it's part of the Muslim Brotherhood's movement to overrun the nation. We know that. But again, I wondered how long that would last, her telling everyone to go against that. Let's check this out. Today, after this happened, this afternoon late, guys, that's why I had to do the video. It's too good. President Donald Trump fired Acting Attorney General Sally Yates after she refused to defend his executive order to restrict immigration and refugees from 6 high-risk countries in the Middle East. Guys, another thing, this is a message to you mayors and governors in these sanctuary areas. Just letting you know, White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer issued a statement saying that Yates, an Obama administration appointee, had betrayed the Department of Justice by refusing to enforce Trump's order. Again, listen up, sanctuary city politicians. Betrayed the Department of Justice. Remember, in one of the few executive orders that our president has issued compared to the other presidents so far, this can be a fine or imprisonment or both. Heads up. Miss Yates is an Obama administration appointee who is weak on borders and very weak on illegal immigration. Trump replaced Yates with Dana Boente, the current U.S. Attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia, until Senator Jeff Sessions is confirmed by the Senate. It is time to get serious about protecting our country. This is, again, Sean Spicer. He says calling for tougher vetting for individuals traveling from 7 dangerous places is not extreme. It is reasonable and necessary to protect our country. Of course it is, guys. Come to Breitbart. Research what he puts up, and this website puts up, that very few other medias will talk about, and that is what the disaster that has occurred in Europe and England, in the UK, and you guys in Britain and Ireland and Europe, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's not, and it was a creation of the Arab Spring. We know that. But again, Trump says you're fired. We're not going to put up with it anymore. We won the election, and I say we're the deplorables. We are the people that have worked hard for 18 plus months and caught a lot of flack to change this nation. And it's working. Again, goodbye, Sally. Adios. Heads up, be safe.